Hey guys, Josh here, and in today's video, we're taking a look at the new Eufy S340 security camera. This thing is extremely special, so let me tell you more about it. Now, what makes this camera so special is the fact that you can actually rotate it almost 360 degrees. And this allows you to check out blind corners and really monitor every single blind spot possible. I own a ton of different equipment, and to have the right security is extremely important. So definitely consider investing in a camera like this. Now, when you have a look at this camera, it looks very unique. You can see the solar panel right here. It's fully adjustable, and you can even extend the solar panel so that way it can be up to 10 feet away from the camera, allowing you to get the best sunlight for the panel to deliver the most amount of power into that built-in battery. The camera has a built-in memory of up to 8 gigs. However, if you have a home base with the Eufy security system, you can have tons of storage. So that way you can look back at years of footage just in case you need that in the future. Let's talk about the setup process. All we have to do is take the swivel mount, unscrew it, remove the little bit inside, and then attach the 2 machine screws to the top of the camera base. Once tightened, reattach the rest of the mount. Then screw on the solar panel directly onto the camera. Now, connect the USB-C cable coming from the solar panel into the camera for direct power. Now you can take the little wall mount it onto any wooden surface. I like to use my screwdriver or even sometimes a power drill, and then it simply clamps onto the camera. Press on the sync button on the back of the camera until you hear a beep, and now you can add the security camera into your Eufy security account. Once set up, get really familiar with the controls because they're pretty awesome and there's a lot to go through. This camera is so customizable and there's so much AI built into this thing that it can actually establish the difference between a car, a human, a dog, for example, so you can also eliminate a lot of false alarms. The built-in camera has a large aperture rating of f1.6, giving you more light to enter the camera, giving you much better low-light performance. The camera also has a night vision mode along with a floodlight, so it can blind potential thieves, and you also have a built-in speaker for an alarming sound. As you can see here, you can use your phone's touchscreen to control the movement and the swivel of the camera. You can see how important it is to capture as many angles as possible. You can even program the camera to cycle through different movements throughout the day or night, depending on the time. And one of my favorite features about this camera is that you can set your own privacy zones. So if you have constant movement in a specific zone where you know who's there and what they're doing at all times, you don't need this camera constantly alerting you. So now I'm going to give you a live demo of the app and the camera together and show you how easy it is to actually maneuver around and show you most of the cool settings that this has to offer. So my camera is set up to be at the top of the screen right here. I have my cousin in the background helping me out work the camera, so you might see her on the security footage. And as you can see here, it's actually tracking me as I move the camera around. You can see the camera head rotating and following me. That's actually one of its unique AI features, is that once it detects a moving subject, it's gonna keep both cameras turned towards that subject. So you can see how it's turning around doing some cool stuff there. And yes, you can see live footage on my phone. It has auto exposure, which is super nice. There's 2 different lenses, as I mentioned earlier. One's gonna give you that wider shot, the other one's gonna give you that more telephoto. So you get zoom, you get 3K and 2K resolution, so you shouldn't have a problem identifying who's coming up on your property. Really, really cool there. So you can go ahead and zoom in on the 3X. You can see how insanely close it can get. I'm gonna go back to 1X right there. You have the intercom button right here in the middle of the screen. So yeah, there's a speaker right there. There's a lot of feedback, so I won't keep doing that. You can turn on the floodlight right here at the bottom right corner. You can see how bright that actually is. So it does a really great job. You can see, depending on your Wi-Fi connection, that's what's gonna dictate the resolution and the bit rate and all of that. But so far with basic internet connection, you're gonna get really nice footage. And it's gonna be all stored with the Eufy security home base or within the built-in memory that's on this camera system. So really cool right there. We can dive deep into the settings. You can take a look at the type of motion detection that you want to set. So I have it set to human, vehicle is another option. Now, as I mentioned earlier, your Wi-Fi speed is going to dictate how well the resolution is going to turn out, but you can also manually adjust this in the video settings option right here in the main menu. You just go down to video settings and you can select streaming quality, I set it to auto because honestly, that's the best setting possible. But if you want the clearest image possible, you go to 3K HD, and obviously that's the highest resolution this camera can go. But again, your Wi-Fi internet speed has to support that. Now, before I mentioned how great the night vision quality is with Eufy security systems, because simply you have two options, the black and white traditional night vision, and you have color night vision. Remember I said this camera has an f1.6 aperture, actually both cameras, so this allows a lot more light to come in. You get much better clarity. So you're gonna find these settings right here under night vision. Under the video settings, we also have the audio settings. So you can set the speaker volume of the intercom system, really loud speaker. You can also save all of the audio recordings with the video, which is standard, so you should just leave that feature on, to be honest. And under that, we have the notification center, which will allow you to set how often you want to get notified by the Eufy security system. And lastly, let's say you go out of town and you want somebody else to keep an eye on your place, you can share this camera through the app with somebody that you know, so they can help you out with keeping tabs on your place while you're out. So you just go to share device and you can invite people to your account so they can access the live feed coming from your camera. Now, I've been using Eufy security systems for a while, but this one has to be the most advanced camera that they come up with, simply because it has two built-in cameras with 3K resolution, a floodlight, and a rotatable head, so that way you can see every single blind corner. On top of that, it features a solar panel, so it's completely wireless and you never have to charge it. So if you're looking for the most advanced security system, check out the Eufy S340. There's a link for it in the description box below. Also, remember to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll see you in another one. Peace.